What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Watch Your Lips. Jeffrey Cox.
With Jake Saldati and
Kevin Burns. What's up? I get to introduce myself.
Yeah, we get to talk in third person today.
That's it. Hey, I'm Jake.
I'm
Jake.
Jeff.
That's Jeff.
And you are? You're supposed to
Kevin
say, I'm
Burns.
Kevin Burns.
There you go. Burnsy, where can they follow Watch Your Lips?
At @watchyour_lips on Instagram, Twitter.
And I just think it's Watch Your Lips on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, watch your lips on TikTok.
Yeah.
Okay, so those of you that have
Facebook.
followed us on TikTok, sorry.
MySpace.
But thanks for finding us.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
No,
And then,
no MySpace, Manti.
No.
We don't have that.
Although sometimes I miss MySpace.
I don't even remember it.
Episode 29.
29. I didn't look at any rankings for the number.
Well, I was thinking, I can't, on the top of my head, I can't think of
It's
anybody.
an odd number for
It's probably
jersey.
a really good pitcher. Should I go look?
Well, wasn't, there was a Brave. I can't remember if it was
John
Steve
Smoltz?
Avery or John Smoltz.
I think John Smoltz was 29, actually, now that you... And I
His
should
whole
know this.
career?
I should know
Or
that.
did he change numbers?
No,
on
I
it?
think he was his whole career with the Braves. Yeah.
I'll have to look.
And there was a football player, man, older, that I think was 29.
A DB. DB.
No, a stud.
Eric Dickerson,
That's it.
Oh,
number 1. Eric Berry, number 2, out of Tennessee.
Tennessee Vols.
Rod Carew,
All right, stop the list. I mean, if that's the top three, we don't.
Catfish Hunter.
Yeah. Again, Jake. She loves doing that.
he's trying to see if Smoltz is on there, but
Adrian Beltre.
All right,
yeah.
Adrian.
I am looking
Oh,
to see if
Adrian.
Smoltz, Earl Thomas.
Well, if Smoltz is not top 5 on this list,
John Smoltz is 9.
okay, this list is done. He's
So, yeah.
top 5 at wearing 29.
Also,
yeah.
those watching, hit subscribe on YouTube. Or if you're listening, please, please, please go to YouTube and subscribe
Yeah.
and share.
This will be up there
This will be up there
this time.
this time. It's charged. It's ready to go.
All right, we're juiced.
I
We're all
hope there's
juiced up,
room in
ready to
there.
go. How long has it been?
I don't know.
2 weeks?
3 weeks?
3 weeks?
Has it been that long?
I think it's been 2,
Oh,
it
but
has.
we did the draft.
We did the draft.
which we will get
I
into.
didn't say draft.
Well, do you want to do your picks first? Your MLB? You still want to play this game? I've won 6 in a row.
6 in
All
a row.
right.
It's impressive.
You know what? Jake told me today that there's no way I can win this,
Well, there's
which is odd because the MLB is still going.
Right.
And he immediately goes to, this is a fantasy baseball contest. And I'm like, no, this is a Watch Your Lips contest. There's still weeks of baseball going. I can still tie you. And if I do, this is going to continue into next year.
yes.
So why?
Basically,
why were
we
you
will not
saying it's
stop the
over?
game until
He'll find like
so
Cuban
in
baseball.
fantasy baseball, public leagues on Yahoo Fantasy. This is the final week
I see. Okay.
for fantasy's regular season.
So
in a
Burns,
league we're in, next week is the final week.
Okay.
So if next week we played by those rules, I'm up 2. He could tie at best.
It's got to go to the end. I mean,
Now
like,
but the
end
rule
it.
is we can't pick the players we've picked already. So if we go through the playoffs, we're going to pick players we've picked already. So now the rules have changed.
Well, that's where you pick different players.
So when did you? Are you agreeing with Jeff here?
I kind of am. Yeah.
So what is the ruling? I don't care. He wanted to win. End it after week 4.
you
here's
did
the
want to
thing,
do
we
that.
should have. But
You should have.
you guys know this. I don't tap out,
No.
and I will not concede.
No. So it'll be
So,
it'll
be up to Burns what we do here.
How long are you planning to go? Just end of the season?
Well, that's what I thought.
the regular season.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay, so there's like 3 weeks left.
All right, so
Okay,
there's,
so-
so you're
so you're
telling me
saying
there's
there's
a
a
chance.
chance.
Of course there is. I didn't say ended. I didn't know if we were going off. This is your game.
All right, then if it's my game, we're playing till the end of the season.
Okay,
I
so
think
you
that's
have
fair.
25 games left.
And Jake, honest to God, for the last 5 weeks, I have not calculated any of these.
You think I would lie to you?
I don't know, but the first 4
You lost
I
by like
won,
20 this
and
last time.
we both calculated.
You picked
It's like when you
Pujols.
keep score in golf.
Pujols
you
played
always
like 3
win.
games.
Dude, who wouldn't pick Pujols?
Not me.
It's history, man.
He's still 5 away.
It's history, bro.
He hasn't made it yet.
It's science.
Go ahead. You know what? I want Von Grissom again. Because now, when I picked him, he was absolutely awful. And now he's fucking
and I think he didn't play like
crazy.
That was
again.
part of the problem is Pujols didn't only play like 3 games. And then Grissom, they had an off day. And then he didn't play the next day. So, yeah, Jeff got kind of screwed by.
I don't look into all that. I just look at who's hot and who's not.
So, all right. Michael Harris from the Braves.
Yeah, you would. Give me a second here. I'm going to bore everybody.
Oh, Bernsey.
For all available.
So you guys have been keeping track of who you've picked?
Nope, but I pretty much know who.
No, because I'm hoping that he goes.
He's looking for
he does
win
something
by
illegal.
default. Yeah, he's
He's going to go back and
that's an
listen to
automatic
everything.
win.
Uh-huh.
Like for that week or for the season? It's an automatic one.
All right, Ryan Mountcastle.
Okay, I figured you were going to go there.
Here we go.
Mike Trout.
Oh, I already took him. Whew, God, it's getting very thin.
Slim pickings right now.
very, very
you picked
thin.
all the heavy hitters the first 4 weeks.
I took Freeman already, right?
That's not my job to know.
All right. I'll take Biggio.
Ooh. I'm going Toronto too. You're a guy from a couple weeks ago, Bo Bichette.
Mm-hmm.
Uno Mas.
And I will take Tyrone Taylor. Burns, go ahead. Ask who he plays for.
Who is it? I had another
Plays for
question.
Milwaukee.
Is Grissom Marquise Grissom's son? Remember that name?
Vaughn?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
Right?
good question.
He's a
Is
Brave. I don't know if he is or not.
No, because I think he's the. That's.
You know what? It might be.
I don't know.
It actually might be because Grissom's son did get drafted a couple years ago.
I should know, being a
Well,
Braves fan.
You have a computer there. Check it out.
Okay, way to
Right?
tap the brakes, Burnsy. We're going to go ahead and tap the brakes here for a second.
Let's jump into some fantasy.
Jeff, you created a Watch Your Lips fantasy league,
I did.
and we held a draft a week ago. And what ensued was probably the most odd draft for people that didn't pay attention to the settings in the history of fantasy football drafts.
Well, not every day do you have a 10-point PPR league. So I thought I'd do that. But before we get into all of it, next year, I'm going to do 1 point for every 5 yards passing. I'm going to do 1 point
We should
for
charge
every
money.
rush attempt.
We should,
Okay? Just so you guys know. And I'm going to double the tight ends for their touchdowns. And their receptions
and
will
minus
be 20
points,
points.
and minus points for defense.
There is minus points for
Right.
defense.
And is there
in
minus
this.
points for
Kickers?
Kickers is what
Yeah,
that's
if you-
what we
if
talked
you
about.
doink
Kick
them?
miss kick.
Yeah, if you doink them,
Mm-hmm.
minus points.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why not?
the NFL doesn't get points.
Yeah.
That team doesn't get points, so
They don't get minus points.
you shouldn't
though.
either.
If you miss a field goal, you don't lose
You
points.
lose points.
Although that'd be an interesting
that's a good
football game.
idea.
It would be an interesting
XFL.
football game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I, kind of did some funky settings, but all of us have the same rules. The league was established a month prior to our draft,
Yes.
or
But-
3 weeks prior to our draft.
I will admit I had no idea walking in here to draft.
My question is, did you really know those settings?
So I called.
I set them
Well, why did you just do wide receivers?
because I'll tell you why. Every single league is running back heavy.
Yeah.
Every league you guys are in. What goes first?
I'm not
This
in.
year, okay, yeah, you have Jamar Chase, you have Jefferson, you have Kupp that are in the mix. Usually, it's the guy on the end that's running the turn on the snake that's picking wide receivers. But most likely, running backs are going. So every league is running back heavy. There's a ton of receivers in fantasy football this year that are relevant. So I wanted to make a league, one, to screw with everybody, okay, and see what happened, and then make it wide receiver heavy. And it did, because there's no wide receivers on the waiver wire.
Oh, no.
They're awful,
Yeah.
like absolutely awful. So
Yeah.
those of you that didn't draft wide receivers, it's on you. The other thing is, on ESPN, what's really cool about every draft platform is their fantasy points are right next to it,
To the player.
Yeah.
to the player.
The projected
Yeah.
points.
So if you see a guy
amazing.
that has 1,300 points as a wide receiver, and then you go to the running backs page and they got 400 points, wouldn't you think you'd take a wide receiver?
Yeah, I think that's why we did for the first 7 rounds.
Having
Well, I know
said
I
this,
did. You guys did.
we're gonna have a couple people in the league that were not very happy realizing, because what the key to this is that Jeff, regardless of whether you should, and this is maybe now rule number 1 when you join a fantasy draft, is look at the settings first.
That's what everybody
I
should
think-
do.
But
I didn't. Yeah,
nobody did, and Jeff didn't announce it, and we're in like the 3rd round. He's like, "Should we say something?" I have a couple
No,
people.
because I started feeling bad.
We're gonna call them, and I'm gonna let them.
Who are they?
Gabe Flores,
Huh.
Jeff Wright, and possibly our super fan, Mr. Nava, if he's available.
Okay.
So
I mean-
just be ready.
Oh, I'm ready. They're not.
Okay.
But I'm
I'm
perfectly
All right,
fine.
here we go. We're gonna get these guys on. Excited. Okay. We got some fantasy Watch Your Lips fantasy players. Gabe Flores and Jeff Wright on the phone here. And first, guys, I'll start with Gabe. We just kind of went over Jeff's settings for the league. Gabe, when you started drafting, were you aware of the settings in the receiver points?
Absolutely not.
He was also not aware how to get into his own team.
Now, we talked about, no, I talked to Gabe.
So-
Gabe, go ahead and tell him, because there is a reason
he
for
didn't
it.
know how to get into ESPN himself. Even though he logged in 2 weeks prior, during the draft, he couldn't get in. But go ahead, Gabe.
Regardless if I knew how to get into ESPN or not, when you start a league, I mean, this was just common sense. I mean, when you start wrestling, you start playing baseball, you start playing soccer, you explain the rules, correct?
No.
You say, hey,
No,
do.
you put them on a platform for everybody to see 3 weeks ahead of time, and they review it, just like you
Yeah,
did in your
you're-
league.
Yeah, I've never heard of a fantasy football league that is built strictly on wide receivers. It's the
Hey,
stupidest
you've
league
never
I've ever heard of.
you've never been in a
It's not-
10-point PPR league.
Yeah, Jeff, I know. You know what? I'm not going to say it because I need to watch my lips. But
You do need to watch your lips.
I've never heard. I mean, this is JV shit right here. I mean,
Hey.
we're playing.
All right.
Hey, you know what? It's my time to speak. Watch your lips.
No, you
There
don't get to do that.
Well, we asked him a question. I was letting him respond to it.
Yeah, I just don't get this. So, if I knew what was going on, I'm picking guys like Sky Moore, Cordell Patterson in the first round. That's how stupid this league is. I don't understand it. Can I put a fucking wide receiver at quarterback? Can I put a wide receiver at running back, tight end? This is the dumbest league I've
Are you
ever heard.
asking me questions now that you want answers?
Well, I
to?
want to get Jeff's response to that same question.
All right.
Jeffy,
I'd like to hear it as well. I know it's going to be.
well, Jeff,
it's gonna
you're
be dumb.
Jeff's big Jeff Wright. Like, it's a very, you're the etiquette. It's bad etiquette. Would you assume to not explain the rules, or no? Is it on the player to?
Is there a spreadsheet, dog?
So first off, the first thing I want to say, Jeff, when you set the rules, did you change that stat, that point, and then forget to put a decimal somewhere, and then you just submitted it? And
No.
then said, fuck it? Because that is the weirdest shit I've ever seen in a fantasy league. And, honestly, I'm all for it because we kind of play in a funky league, and I feel like 10 years ago, nobody was doing Superflex, and we were doing Superflex, and you know what? I mean, it's crazy, it's stupid, but whatever. Who cares?
No,
Let's
hey,
do it.
Jeff,
But so,
I think that's a
but
great response.
Gabe,
I'm all for it as well, as long as we redraft or we.
I don't think we need a redraft there.
I'm not down with the redraft.
because here's the thing, though. We were in the room. So I admitted just a minute before you guys came on, I admitted that I did not look at the settings myself. And one of the players questioned the settings while I was in here, and he was on the phone with Jeff. And I'm like, what is going on? And I hear them laughing, and I hear them talking about settings. And that's when I looked at the receiver points, and I was like, Nobody's questioned why I went 5 receivers the first 5 rounds, and all we're doing is drafting receivers. And I'm like, it's the 3rd round, and Jeff admitted to like I should probably say something.
And Jeff and Gabe, did you guys ever? At what point did you realize that you needed to start drafting some wide receivers?
Because everybody's like, "Oh, Jonathan Taylor's still here." Like,
Yeah.
I realized 3 days after the draft when Jacob Saldati called me and said, "Hey, do you understand what's going on?" I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
Hey, Gabe, I would totally feel bad for you if this didn't happen to you in 2 other leagues as well, because I'm in another league that actually Jeff Wright made the settings for, and I had the best draft in that one as well. And I believe you had like the 7th draft, like you were 7th in a 10-team league. Did you look at those settings?
What's your
You've
point?
been in that league for 10 years.
are you saying he's not a good
No,
drafter?
I won that league last year, so I don't know what you're trying to get to.
No, I'm multiple champion in that league.
I'm
but here's
actually
what I'm
defending
saying.
Gabe here.
No,
So-
here's what I'm saying. History repeats itself. Gabe's been in the cellar more than any of us ever in any fantasy leagues. That's been proven.
Like the finals or
No,
the draft?
in the actual league itself.
finish
he
of the
takes,
league.
he takes last or 9th almost every year. And last year,
If you ain't
a
first, you're
trash
last.
can got a steak. That's Gabe.
Yeah.
He was able to get one for once.
If you don't watch your lips, you better tell Frazier I'm not voting for him. So you better watch.
Well, hey, it's a good
got
thing 'cause
personal.
he's not here, but he did know the settings. He looked at them.
he was the one that called.
No, I had
No.
I had to look at the settings myself, and even once I did, I was still being deceived by Jeff about the actual settings. Early in the day, I was like, "Hey, the wide receivers are pretty big in this league." He's like, "Oh yeah, a little bit."
So the wide receiver points are 10 points for every yard.
10 yards.
Yeah.
Every 10 yards.
And it's like
Right?
10-point PPR or something like that. Something crazy.
No,
I did it, and when you guys listen back, you'll hear exactly why I did it. But here's the thing. Like in every fantasy league, the biggest mistake is people don't look at the settings before they draft. Every draft is different. Gabe
Dude,
obviously
you're so cool. Way to teach me a lesson.
Gabe,
So cool.
Gabe is obviously, this is a true testament to people not paying attention to rules. Gabe's probably the same guy that
I
when he
didn't
gets
either,
a
though.
test, when he got a
Yeah.
test in school, that he just started answering everything. He didn't read any of the directions. He just started answering shit. And that probably explains a lot, Gabe, because
Yeah,
the
it
same
could,
thing has
but-
happened here.
Okay. All right, Dad. You taught me my lesson. So
watch your
Perfect.
settings.
All right, so I got this is the
So
most
pay attention
important.
to your settings, Gabe.
This is the most important question. Do you either of you guys believe? And I'm going to ask Bernsey this too. Do you guys? So Jeff, and you kind of mentioned it, right? You asked it to Jeff. Do you guys believe that this was done on purpose, or that he messed up and didn't realize it until draft night?
I'm leaning like 70. He messed up 70%, 30 that it was on purpose.
Let me remind you.
Let me ask these. Let these
Okay,
guys
go
answer.
ahead.
Go ahead,
Go ahead.
Gabe. You're next. Do you believe that this was on purpose or accident?
I just don't think he's an ethical person. And if he knew the rules and he knew people like me, you, and Jeff Wright were drafting wrong, if he was ethical, he would have said, "Hey guys, it's a wide receiver junior varsity league. You need to draft wide receivers. Here's wide receivers for your quarterback, your running back, and tight end. This is the coolest league you'll ever be in, guys. Draft wide receivers."
Jeff Wright. I'm assuming you lean towards it was on accident.
I think it was on accident, but Jeff also did change the rules like literally before draft day with the switching the position. So you kind of messed up my spreadsheet already. So once I realized that these runs started happening on wide receivers, I was like, okay, what the fuck is going on? But
Did you look at the settings at that point?
Well, I didn't panic, and the funny thing is I went on Watch Your Lips. I don't know, it was 8 or 9 or something like that, and I specifically said I wouldn't draft a player, and literally the first wide receiver that I drafted in a draft this year, fantasy football draft, was Allen Robinson. I specifically said I was not going to draft. So this happened, and that it's I don't know, it's wild, but I feel okay with who I got.
Well,
So,
let me remind you guys that this is a podcast, And we're looking for content. So if you guys still think that I didn't do it on purpose,
Do you want me to bring in Nava? He's calling.
sure.
Hang on, boys.
Completely screwed that up. Gabe, for you, you need to watch your lips for sure because you didn't pay attention at all and you know it. So even though it was right in front of you, you did nothing about it and you want to blame me, which is normal. I mean, Gabe, anytime something goes wrong, Gabe always wants to blame me. Right? Or is that
Are
wrong?
you done? Can I go?
Done.
Yes, Gabe, go. Respond.
Please.
You know what? I'm going to blame you on this, but I didn't think about looking at the rules because I'm going to ask Jake, Jeff, not Jeff Cox. Has anybody ever played in a league where it's strictly wide receivers? Just yes or no?
No.
I mean,
No.
I've never even heard of a league like this.
Well, if you drafted correctly, there'd be a lot of parity.
Dude, it's so cool. I'm so pumped for this.
So we
You know
got
what?
we got a third party in here is Carlos Nava, who's a huge supporter of ours, also in the league. What?
How you doing, guys?
Hey, thanks for taking us on tonight here. But I want to know if you, at what point did you realize that the draft was a shit show, basically?
Like around the 4th or 5th round, I noticed there was like 5 starting receivers, 2 flex receivers.
That's half your team, Jeff. Coxie,
Yeah.
you just fucked everybody over.
But, hey, Carlos, what did you say to me after the draft? Be honest. You said you were mad at yourself because you didn't pay attention to the settings.
I didn't pay attention. I didn't look at the settings before the draft. I usually look at the settings, but for some reason I didn't look at the settings at all. And then I looked at it in like the 4th or 5th round, and I seen them like 4 starting receivers or 3 of them.
Just receivers. I mean, just down the board.
receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you
was
guys
good.
I started 2 tight ends.
Now, Carlos, I kind of am with you, but we have ethical. I'm going to go back to the word ethical real quick.
It's a guy
Jeff
with
Wright
no
is
ethics.
Jeff Wright is a very shitty commissioner, but he's very ethical. He's very ethical. When he makes changes that he knows none of us will look at, he goes and he texts us and he says, guys, do this, get on this, get on this. Can you give us some kind of notification? Like, we have iPhones. I'm sure there's some kind of notification where you can say, guys, look at the settings. We didn't even get a text that said, look at the settings. Look at the
We
rules.
just
It's
kept
We
drafting.
didn't either.
This is
We didn't
one of a
either.
kind.
Hey, Gabe, I stopped holding your hand when you were like 3 years old at Town and Country Park. So I don't need to hold your hand.
Now, everybody did you invite everybody to this location where we record to?
Yeah, Gabe actually was supposed to be here and would have known and would have been completely fine with the settings because this is how Gabe is, right? But he couldn't come for whatever reason. And then he couldn't get his tablet to work. And then he couldn't get his laptop to work. And then he finally drafted on his phone that had the exact same information all of us had. So he's crying for no reason like he always does.
I didn't start crying till three days later.
No, you cried like 3 hours, maybe
So-
3 minutes after the draft when you found out that you were ranked 14 out of 14.
And of the 3 of you, who walked away feeling like they had the best draft? Jeff,
I think I
Carlos.
had a great draft.
Who?
I mean,
For not checking the settings, I think I had a good draft.
No, I'm saying like thinking that you drafted normal. Did you walk away being like, man, these guys are idiots, and to not draft running backs or quarterback?
Well,
Well, in every league, I usually go receivers and running backs. I don't try to take quarterback until like the 6th round, unless someone starts taking them kind of early.
So knowing the rules, the
whole
rules.
league starts panicking.
But seeing all the
I'm fine
wide
with rules
receivers.
where they are now.
But I mean, you're okay with your team now that it's done. And Jeff,
Oh, yeah.
Jeff Wright, how are you with your team now that it's done?
I mean, I feel fine with it. I usually just draft wide receivers and running backs anyways after I get a quarterback and a tight end. So it really didn't change much. It just the the pool of players was a lot smaller.
Got smaller.
But again,
Yeah.
we play in, that 4 wide receiver league too. So, a lot of these guys I'm already quite familiar with, and we're going pretty deep in that league as well. So I felt fine, and comfortable with drafting most of these guys, and, getting, somebody getting, 2 catches for 12 yards or something like that is going to be kind of valuable at some point at this league.
Yeah.
So
You're like 15,
if you're
like
looking
15
for guys
points.
like that, yeah, it's like, okay, cool, all right, well, I got it. Hopefully I can get some bigger points there with somebody else. So
Yeah, how about you, Gabe?
Gabe, so I'm assuming you're kind of just out. You're not. Are you even going to bother competing with this team or this league?
No, he's going to say I'm not going to set my lineup. And
Whoa.
And whenever I win my one game this year, I want everybody to know, whoever I beat, you're taking me out to dinner, because that's how shitty you're going to feel when I beat you. Like, that's how bad.
I'll tell you what, Gabe. If you beat anybody this year, you can come on Watch Your Lips, and we will buy you dinner, because I don't think you're going to win a game.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm in.
All right. So hey, before we wrap it up, and I wanted to go ask each one of you guys, give me a fantasy sleeper this year. Who's going to be one guy that's not a just always draft guy, but you got going to be a player through this fantasy season? Jeff Wright, go.
wide receiver for the Generals. I get Commanders. Jesus, again.
You did it again, buddy.
I did it again. Jahan Dotson playing opposite Terry McLaurin. First round draft pick. This dude, elite route runner, up in the 95th percentile in his college targets at Penn State. This guy is going to be a PPR master. And just everybody's going to be, guarding Terry McLaurin. There's nobody really else that's going to be able to get targets in that offense. Who else are they going to throw to? So he's going to be the guy. He's starting right away. He's a rookie getting drafted late in every draft, if at all. He's probably on most waiver wires right now if he wasn't drafted. So
who's the backup?
Go get him.
Who's the backup at Washington? Quarterback. Heineke?
Quarterback?
The truth.
Heineke, yeah, I think so.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens when he gets in there, because Wentz has not seemed to last very long during the season. Gabe, you got a player that is keeping your eyes on as a breakout?
Take a look at your roster, Gabe.
I think him and I are on the same page maybe on this one.
Hell yeah, dude. I always got sleepers. Who?
Who?
You want to know who my...
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
I got to go with Raider football, and that's my boy, Hunter Renfrow.
Okay.
Dude, he had 100 receptions.
Is he a
last
sleeper,
year.
though?
Sleeper?
Is he a sleeper? Hell yeah. In that offense, you got Devontae, Darren Waller. He looked, what do they call him, the encyclopedia man? He's for sure a sleeper.
I thought you were going to say Raw.
No, he's my sleeper. Hunter Renfrow, he's going off this year.
Mr. Nava, you got one for us?
I got Brandon Ayuk. I think he's have a bigger season than Debo.
These dudes, all homers, man.
Well, but I've been reading the same thing on Ayuk,
I like
too.
Ayuk. Nava, I'm good. I'm good with that. I like it.
Very
I think he's
interesting.
have a better season than Debo Samuel this year.
Well,
Ooh, better than Debo.
saying a
He's
lot.
going to be Trey Lance's number one receiver.
You heard it here first.
And I'll see Jeff in the playoffs.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Good.
will. Not cost. You're gonna see me.
Attaboy, Rick.
I'll be at the top watching you guys.
Well, I appreciate you guys hopping on, giving Jeff some shit as deserved. I don't know if I'm on the side of I believe he did it on purpose or not, but
Well, hey, we all start with a clean slate.
yeah. Well, kind of.
No, we did.
we didn't draft a clean slate, but
It's not my fault.
yeah,
I don't feel terrible about it.
of course you don't. You were here when we drafted.
Well, yeah, but I looked that day. So, I mean,
Well, I think
Look at the settings.
I appreciate it, boys. Good luck with your seasons, and the winner's going to be in here with us to
Yeah, to mix it up.
Yeah.
So, Gabe, we won't see you, but hopefully you can come and have dinner with us. And I hope, hey, if you beat me, I'll take you to lunch the same day as well. How about
Dude,
that?
I can't wait for this Mickey Mouse League to go. It's going to be wild.
Dude, hey, speaking of a Mickey Mouse league, you have 8 guys in your fantasy league. 8
I know,
guys
it's
with
gonna be
5
awesome.
bench spots. So if
Gonna
you
be
want to talk about Mickey Mouse, you got to look at yourself here.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Just leave
exactly. Yeah, watch your lips.
I have nothing. Wide receivers. Cool.
All right, boys.
Good luck.
Hey, thank you guys.
Good luck,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Good luck, man.
Later.
All right, thank you guys.
See ya.
No.
Bunch of crybabies,
That's
man.
what it sounded like, huh?
Gabe just whining and Jeff just like trying to figure out a way to be, politically correct in how he says his answers. But I love the Jahan Dotson.
You're on that same
Yeah.
same
And I like
page.
Ayuk. Renfro's not a sleeper. Renfro's going to go off.
When he
I
had
think the
a
biggest
big year
sleeper-
last year.
And he is available in every draft is Rondell Moore. I had him last year as a rookie. With DeAndre Hopkins out, I think Rondell Moore is going to go off the first 6 weeks.
What do you think of Dobbs or whatever from
Romeo
Green Bay?
Dobbs? I love him. I love him. I just haven't seen anything. I haven't seen enough. I don't know if he's going to get the targets. I think Lazard's going to get a bunch.
Yeah, of course.
We'll see what happens in the fantasy league. I just wanted to get the opinion of those. And there's, again, it's 14-team league. So there's a lot of people that we may have been more like-minded with Gabe on that draft that saw receiver and like, what the hell's going on? So,
And I get that. And my my instinct was, and this is what you guys didn't say, is, hey, I said, should I tell him? And you guys are like, no, don't tell him. Let him figure it out. And then you try to give me shit on here. But both you guys and Frazier was like, no, don't tell him. Don't tell
Well,
them.
no,
if they can't figure it out, it's on them.
It was too
And I'm like,
late.
well, that's what
I
I
felt-
thought,
I didn't
but-
give you crap about it.
I
said
felt
this-
it was
you
too
look
late
the
at that
settings.
point. That's all.
in the second round.
No, it was like we were going into the third.
Well, we probably would have had to reset
but with
the whole
14
thing.
teams,
Okay.
half
We
the
would've had
top
to reset.
receivers were gone.
All right. Well, odds are we're going to do this league again. I told you guys the settings if you listen back for next year's draft. It will be crazy.
Yeah. And if you want in, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. It's going to be
All right.
fun because the points are going to be crazy.
Well, hey,
I just got to beat Jeff Cox. That is.
good luck. I mean, my
I think
receivers are pretty good.
Didn't we go like 1, 2, 3 in the draft ranking or something?
Yeah.
that looks. Yeah.
went-
I was
it
last.
went-
no, I was
hey.
last.
Oh, you were.
I was the
went
last pick of the
one.
draft.
It
No,
went
no, no.
1, 2, 3
No,
in the rankings.
The ranking.
Oh, the rankings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Current standing.
I think it was.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
moving on.
But that's not abnormal.
No, I mean the only draft I did this year.
Jake. All right, fine.
Do you want to give
He
Jeff?
doesn't want to give me the benefit of
I
the doubt.
do. We always do. We always we always.
Hey,
Wait, I mean, I think that the easy route is that you just didn't know the settings.
Jeff is a very
don't
good
think
fantasy
he did.
player.
I would,
Is that what you want me to say?
if you feel that's true.
I do feel that's true.
I've heard.
Although
See how that made me smile?
yeah, I've heard.
I am the highest rated.
Well, you
in
have
our league.
you have played the least amount of time.
7 years.
Yeah, in the least amount of leagues. Also,
That you can't.
you
can't
get in a
prove
lot
that.
of public leagues. So if we're going to disclose all of your diamond and platinum performances here,
They are what they are, Jeff.
I have no public leagues. They're all
You don't play
private
in
leagues.
one publicly,
0. I have 13 leagues, dude.
and they're
I don't
all
have time for those.
except for
except
one.
daily stuff. You do that.
Except
I do daily
for
all the
one
time.
pay league. And I'm sorry, I'm not burning money like that.
We should have called Gabe out on cheating and not knowing the rules and settings, but
Another
he'll
time,
listen back and he can hear it.
Is that
another
the
time.
one
He's a cheater.
that he is.
And then he goes in and he says that
he really rattled you.
Jeff's a really good commissioner, but he calls Jeff a cheater and that it's collusion with him and his dad and his brother all the time. All right. Well, let's move on. The NFL starts tomorrow.
Not tomorrow.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Josh
Is it, oh, it's
Allen.
Thursday night
Yeah.
football. That's right.
Yeah.
Thursday night football.
Yeah.
On
The Bills
NBC.
and the Rams.
Rams.
This will not count towards our picks that we're going to do next.
They're not a part of my 6.
But I'm taking the Bills. This doesn't count. We just got to
Okay,
do
yeah.
the.
No,
It's
I'm a-
in LA.
I'm a Bills fan. They're going undefeated.
It
is in Ra-
yes,
it is
it
in LA, yes.
It is in LA.
And Stafford's dealing with some stuff with his
Well, he's got
arm
an
or
elbow.
something.
He's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, me too.
He's got
I've got 2.
He's fine.
Yeah, but
He's
he's
fine.
got a,
In this room, there's
he's got a
6.
messed up one.
He's fine.
You
think so?
Whoa.
You think he's fine?
You talked to him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
All right. So I
I'm
picked
going-
Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Okay. Well, you're a Bills fan.
They're
so
not
you're
going to lose the
fine.
game. Go.
Well, I've got to go opposite of you guys. Rams.
Whatever.
I want Buffalo, but Rams.
All right. So reminder of how this game works. Okay. We're going to pick 6 games a week. If you win, if that team wins, you can pick them again. Okay. But if all 6 of your teams win, you get 6 points and you get 6 picks next week.
You can pick no matter what, right? Whether they win or lose.
It's not spread.
No, but
Every winner. So you're going to pick 6 teams.
every week I could pick the same team, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but hear me out. Okay. If 2 of your teams lose this week, you only get to pick 4 next week.
So what do we do if we all go out and...
That's why we're going to throw the bonus in there just in case.
Okay.
So we're going to throw a bonus in that has to be an underdog. And you have to pick the underdog to win. If that team wins, you get 2 bonus points. Each win is a point.
So you're picking 7 teams technically.
Okay.
Correct.
So
but
that's
only
the
6
underdog.
of them are going to count.
All right?
See, everybody,
Unless-
I get the rules at the last minute too.
It's whatever. So, who wants to go first?
Well, you.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take the Panthers over the Broncos. And that one's in Carolina. Colts over the Texans in Houston.
Okay.
Saints over the Falcons in Atlanta. Broncos over Seattle in Seattle. Titans over the Giants in New York. And Baltimore over the Jets in New York. My upset is the Lions over the Eagles in Detroit.
You would. Go ahead.
I was tempted to do that.
Go ahead.
We have a lot of the same picks, by the
Go
way.
ahead, bring it.
Titans versus Giants. Taking Titans.
Okay.
Dolphins versus Patriots. Coxie, which way am I going?
Well, I mean, if you're smart, you're going to
Dolphins.
pick the Dolphins. Attaboy.
Go Dolphins.
Attaboy.
And that wasn't for you. That was because I want to beat you, because I don't think you will pick
I'm
that.
not picking them this week.
I'm not either.
I'm not picking them till week 5.
Hey, got to get it out there. Broncos versus Seattle Broncos. Colts versus Houston Colts. Panthers. Taking
Browns.
Panthers.
Okay.
The upset's going to make a lot of people really happy. The Bears over the Niners.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the Niners
I knew that was
for
coming.
sure. I am taking Baltimore. I am taking Indianapolis. I'm taking Tennessee. I'm taking Denver. And I'm taking Cincinnati.
Oh,
Yeah. Who are they playing?
And the
again?
upset pick,
they're playing Pittsburgh, I think.
the
Right?
upset pick that I was going to take, Jake took.
Well, you can take the same one
So I'm going to take the Minnesota Vikings
over Green
over
Bay.
the Packers.
Is that an upset though? You don't think the Packers are going to
They're
win the
not
division,
favored.
right?
I hope you lose that
They're not
one.
favored.
I don't care
He
if you
picks the
win all of
Dolphins,
them.
and
Yeah.
you picked
And that
against
was-
the Packers.
yeah.
You could have picked
did me dirty.
Detroit. I mean,
Dude, I'm
yeah.
telling you that Minnesota is going to be in the playoffs, and they're probably going to win
They'll
the division.
blow it in the playoffs.
No, they won't.
They will.
okay. So we have to make sure we keep these written down for next
They're
week.
in my notes. For me.
The other game we're playing is your NFL kickers.
Yeah, this is more so your game.
Yeah, I just thought it was fun. Kickers, one kicker a week. You can only pick this kicker one time.
One time, and then restart in the playoffs.
Correct. Restarting the playoffs. So, how about you start, Jeff?
I will take Justin Tucker. No, you guys can't, or you can take him.
Yeah.
I'm taking Greg Joseph because I think Minnesota's only going to score field goals.
Okay.
I'm taking Rodrigo Blankenship, Colts.
All right, and the settings are going to be default to Yahoo, right?
Yes.
So 1 for extra point, 3 for anything
Right.
between.
Whatever they scored
No
as.
minus points.
Now, Jeff wants to do any misses as minus points.
I think we should do misses.
So it's spilling over into the other
any of the
fantasies.
crazy
I
shit
mean,
that we can think of,
I
we
mean,
want to do it.
Why don't
It's
we
up
give
to you guys. I don't care.
for a 30-yarder they get 30 points? Like
No, we'll use Yahoo points, so they'll have a points at the end of the week, and then we'll just go look at if they missed any and subtract that from that total.
So we'll say -1 for a missed field goal. Fair?
I don't care. Yeah, I'll beat you.
All
Okay,
right.
it's in. We're in. All 3 different kickers. Okay. All 3 different upset picks. Here we go, folks. More games.
This is exciting.
watch-
This is
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, the
Your-
NFL
this
season
is gonna be fun.
tomorrow. Whew.
Hey, you got listen, NFL, and I tweeted this out on Hit or Die. Go check out Hit or Die podcast. it's the down the stretch of baseball season / playoffs coming, and NFL football, college football is now going to be in full swing. This is like the best time of year for sports, right?
Oh, it is. And the Gators just beat the Utes.
Yeah, I saw
Ranked
that.
number
I
7.
saw that. I didn't even.
That was an unbelievable game.
Yeah.
It was a good game.
Congratulations.
The Swamp
Jeffrey.
was absolutely
Was it better than the
packed.
LSU?
The
football
Indian?
game? Yeah.
It was very similar. They threw a pick in the end zone with 1:30 left.
I mean,
on their own
a block
10.
field goal, though.
Yeah, no, but I mean, they were marching.
No, I know,
And it was first down, and he throws a pick in the end zone,
yeah.
which got me out of my chair, and I was
Were you
jumping
crying?
like
Did you
crazy.
cry?
I didn't cry.
So another sport right now that is big is the U.S. Open in tennis, which most people don't watch.
I watched some tennis.
It's been amazing this year. The Serena Williams thing, the Kyrgios. Do you know that dude?
Yeah.
Is that
crazy.
the guy that broke his racket?
Yeah, he's the best to watch.
He's a
would
lively.
absolutely
He's a
insane.
lively
And
one.
He screams
It's
at
my kind of guy.
like everybody thinks he's like yelling at the ref or umpire or whatever they're called. He's screaming at his box.
He's
like
the one
all
that-
of his coaches like screaming at them. He'll look at him and just be like shaking his head. It's
He's the one
best.
that told.
That's one sport I don't watch is tennis.
I don't usually either, but
I like tennis.
I mean, it's a lot of
no, it was good.
this, you know.
Yeah,
I
no, it's
I
been
can't
good.
get into it.
To each their own.
I used to watch when
To each
Andy
their
Roddick
own.
was around. Remember him?
Yeah.
Andy Roddick? Yeah. I hadn't watched since then. It's been great. This party just died.
But Fresno State. Fresno State.
fiery crash.
You got marshmallows, Jeff?
No, but I got Fresno State.
Hey,
Yeah.
the Bulldogs
Go Dogs.
played this.
They played last Thursday,
Yes.
and the attendance was good. Really
For it being
good.
For- yeah,
9,000
it
It was
degrees.
number
hot.
2 in California, ranked in California schools, which was awesome for a Thursday night.
And probably number 1 in temperature. So that's good.
Right. But the Red Wave showed up, and they're saying this weekend that they're already 95% sold out today. I'm imagining they're sold out by now. So Oregon is 0-6. Oregon State is 0-6 here. It's going to be 0-7. You agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, without all the turnovers from Boise State, that game is super tight, and neither one of those teams impressed me at all.
Really? I didn't see
Yeah,
any
I'm not-
of it.
I'm with
not
you.
concerned.
I'm with you. And I don't know. I'm not a in-depth football, know the X's and O's. But like after watching it, I was like, I'm not really impressed. I saw like a lot of backyard football.
Well-
Oregon State was just kind of just
I mean, dude, if
letting it fly.
If it shows anything, though, for Fresno State, in the first 7 minutes of the game, what they torched
Oh,
that
they
defense.
dominated. Yeah.
And then they scaled it back, and they were trying other things and getting other people involved. But
Rotating guys
Who's
out.
that?
how
The
about
wide
Nico
receiver?
Remigio?
Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to Fresno.
Yes. Welcome.
Like, with him and Moreno Cropper on the other side,
Yeah.
unbelievable. This team is going to, and Kelly, I mean, this team is going to be unreal.
Yeah, that guy
They
was
really are.
That was fun to watch.
I think going forward too, I'll be interested to see how much because they didn't need to use Mims. They didn't need to overuse Mims.
No, but he
So
scored,
you don't-
what, 3 touchdowns?
I'm saying when you don't have to do that, don't, right? Because we
Right.
need him healthy.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like, how many touches do you think is right for a guy like? Because I think he was like 14 or 15 in the fourth.
That's probably right.
18 to 22.
Yeah, that's what I was
you
thinking
know?
too.
Yeah.
I mean, because
did
you-
he get pulled in the fourth? I didn't
No,
watch it.
they were. Yeah, I think he did towards the end. They started getting more guys work, but
But the defense made a goal line stop, was huge.
they did struggle on third down. And I don't
did.
know if that was subbing guys in and out, but there was a lot of third downs where it's like, damn, we didn't get off the field.
Dude, that quarterback, though, from Cal Poly,
Pretty good.
for a small school.
Pretty good. Do you
is-
think he stays there?
No.
You think he's
He's
transferring out? You think
No.
some NIL money's coming and he's gone?
He was their offense,
I thought he was pretty good.
and he made some plays happen
Yeah.
that were, I mean, pretty good coverage.
Yeah.
And he got through, and, I mean, he's a tough kid,
Yeah.
So you're calling a dog's dub.
for sure. And I don't think it's going to be that close, honestly. I mean, it might be close for the first half, but after
It's
that,
hard
they're
to
gonna
gauge
run with it.
because like Boise played so bad.
They did.
They played terrible, and it's
Was
like,
it-
well, how good is Oregon State? I'm sure they're good, right? I'm sure they're not a bad team,
They're okay. I mean, they're
But-
fine.
but how good are they really? We saw we saw Boise State not play well, and I also think that, we can't judge Boise State on that one game either.
Oh, we can judge their quarterback who's trash.
It wasn't very good performance.
No, he was awful.
What I'm saying, the kid that came in made some things happen.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Moved the ball a little bit, could run. I'm saying in 3 weeks when Fresno State goes to Boise, we can't base this team off that game one.
No, but I will tell you this: I'm much more comfortable playing Boise now than I was prior to watching them.
I think when you look at like matching up athlete for athlete, I think we win that game.
Yeah, I think we do too. Now USC, they threw up 66 on Rice. That's the biggest since Pete Carroll era. But it's Rice.
Yeah.
And I think we would do the same.
On Rice?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our O-line is very worrisome playing USC. I mean, those are some big boys. And if we don't protect Hainer, it's going to be tough. But we're still going to win that game.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to.
Unfinished business from 05.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I still go back to that. I was thinking about it today.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Unfinished.
That's from Three Bromigos, guys. Go listen to that podcast.
Great
as
last
well.
episode of that podcast.
Absolutely hilarious. It's Jake and his two brothers, Caleb and Ricky.
Yes.
And please, if you want to laugh,
go
follow Three
Yes.
Bromigos
Yes.
and listen to the last episode because
listen to all
hilarious.
of them. Listen to all of them. But yeah,
but start with the last
And
one.
that's what I started with.
Is that where you started?
It is what I started with.
Yeah,
and
there's
fantastic.
Yeah, it's fun now that we're adults and we actually get along, that we can do things like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty underground. We don't really publicize that podcast very much, but I've started to share it a little bit more. It's fun to do. My brother is
Caleb is
something else, man.
Oh,
I told
great.
Jeff
The
this
dude
today.
Wipes, I like all of it.
You're all, yeah. I told Coxie this today. I have, people call for a hit or die. They'll message me, stuff about baseball, and Jeff will get stuff on this. I've gotten a couple things on this. As soon as that went out, I got like 10 messages, 12 messages, phone calls, it's just funny, man.
Well, what you put on Instagram, that's what made me go listen.
Well, good. Then it worked.
Like that little clip.
The Prospector clip or the...
I don't remember. It was no, it wasn't Prospector. It was the other one.
Okay. I don't remember what it was. Yeah.
And then Ricky laughing and you trying to bring it back in. No, that's good.
It's fun dynamic.
Yeah.
Ricky probably on average laughs 15 minutes.
At least.
The hour,
At
40
least.
minutes at least.
No, that's what
But go listen, guys. It's hilarious.
I appreciate the plug. The plug. So no, you know what else? Did you see San Diego State's kind of debacle with their opening stadium?
I'm not worried about anybody in the Mountain West, dude, at all. Like, I think we steamroll the Mountain West. If we can get by USC or be extremely competitive, I think we run the table on the rest. UConn is no worry whatsoever. I'm not worried about Boise, and there's nobody behind them that. Yeah, they're trap games. There's always trap games because they're conference games, but I think they can go 11-1. They can go 12-0. They really can.
We'll see.
We're going to start this weekend for sure.
You had the Rose Bowl. Yeah, the Rose Bowl. UCLA's attendance all-time low first game for UCLA after announcing they moved to Big Ten. Is that why? How is that 27,000?
That's awful.
And I'm
wondering, are they terrible or is it a bad?
They
team?
won.
Well, they had 28 unanswered points. They were down, and they had to rattle off 28 to win that game.
Yeah,
and then they routed them. But
what? Like I don't get.
It was Bowling Green though.
Yeah,
I don't get the reason for that. Like whether they're in the Pac.
Good since Urban Meyer was there.
Of course, but you got the Pac-12, okay, or the Big Ten. Like, what does it matter what conference you're in? Why would they? Was it too hot? Was it a bad matchup?
I don't know. I don't know how many UCLA fans get excited for Bowling Green.
Or for UCLA.
But if it's Alabama, it doesn't matter who they're playing.
But that's because the Alabama fan.
Okay, give me another team, though. Cincinnati.
Well, I thought you were saying if UCLA
they're all going to
be.
Look at Fresno State.
Exactly. That's what I was just going to say.
Yeah, but it's that area, too. Like, it's hard to get fans rallied for it. They have to have a good team. There's so much more
I don't think they have a bad team, right? They should be okay.
They'll be all right.
But they've got the Dodgers going on down there. Football's about to start with the Rams. They've got USC, Chargers.
So
Then
yeah,
you've got-
maybe
then you've got
they've lost some
UCLA.
season ticket holders. I don't know, but I mean, have you
And it was
lost
hot.
60,000
I mean,
of them?
the first time, it's the lowest in the 30-something years.
Yeah, exactly.
So it just coincidentally the same year they announced they're leaving the Pac-12. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe because there's always been the Dodgers.
No,
You know,
but good. Like they're having a
they've been good the last decade.
Yeah, but UCLA, when they've had the attendance, has been better than they are this year. Maybe I don't know. I have no clue about UCLA.
I mean, I don't think USC is going to have any problem packing the house for Fresno State.
yeah, I think USC's hot. They've got all of these transfers, whatever recruits, or
Do you
Yeah.
feel, do you
They've
feel
signed
like
free agents.
playing Stanford this weekend? Obviously, a little tougher test might expose more of SC like that. I think it helps both teams see a little bit more of each other because I think Fresno State's playing a team that's maybe similar to their offense,
Right.
as far as running and gunning the ball with Oregon State, and I think Stanford playing SC is really going to help, scouting wise. Of okay, this is what we're up against. This is a much more well-rounded opponent for them that we'll see. Hey, this is some things are going to get exposed this weekend.
No, I agree with that. I mean, they've got a game plan a lot stronger than they did week one.
Like after,
Both
did
teams.
you watch the Dogs game, right? Did you see, like there's a shot of Hayner walking off, and it's like, damn, they didn't look satisfied, as they shouldn't be, right?
Well, you win by 4 scores, and you obviously
They didn't
and
play as well as they
maybe
wanted
there's
to.
an
Maybe.
ar- maybe there's an
think
argument to
that's
this.
fair.
Yeah,
But
I just like
Like-
that. I saw that. I was like, man,
Yeah.
this is
They
the
should. They should score 66 against Cal Poly, right? That's their mentality. Or should
maybe,
be.
or do you,
I'm saying
or do
that
you
should
want
be
to
their
work on
mentality.
something, and you want to work on schemes, and are you trying to plan like, is that game not out of reach? But at a couple different times, Cal Poly was making it very interesting.
Yeah.
And the defense did step up.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I think
mean,
my mindset is more like they feel like they should be scoring that, so he's going to be unsatisfied walking off the field if they're not just scoring every drive.
right. Well, when it's 21-0 and you scored as easily as you did the first 3 times, I think, you're thinking, okay, well, we should do this every time. But
And maybe you feel like your backup should be doing it too, like or should still dominate their starters.
But I mean, adjustments in the game, and give Cal Poly credit. I think they played really good. I mean, for a small school like that, man, they played really good. That's the best Cal Poly team I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a slouch game. I mean, they handled them well. You beat them by 4 scores. I think everybody's satisfied
But get better.
now. Yeah,
Right?
that's the opportunity, is to get better. And we beat Oregon State by 4 scores, and then what? And then it's like, okay, now we're really satisfied.
Well,
We're
it's
walking
nice
into USC.
and have some momentum
Yeah.
and some confidence.
Yeah.
And I like that the schedule is a little challenging because you don't have a choice but to go a game at a time when it's like that. You can't look ahead.
Well, dude, you're on the road at USC, then UConn, and then Boise.
State, the little gauntlet right there.
Yeah.
So you've got to be one. I mean, and these guys are.
Little West Coast travel, East Coast travel, back to the West
Yeah,
Coast.
it's tough, man. And then to finish that travel with a rival.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hopefully the Dogs can. We're all picking the Dogs dub against Oregon State this weekend.
I'm picking them against USC right now.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I don't even
got
care
it.
what happens week 2.
Go
They're
Dogs.
going to win anyway.
Yeah.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Oh, dog.
All right, we wrap it up with a player every week. This guy, 5 teams, MLB, 5 teams. Adrian Gonzalez. 5 teams in the major leagues. Adrian Gonzalez.
Hey, Jake.
Hmm.
How you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good.
Hanging in there?
I think you
just
might beat
hanging
me
in there.
this week. You got me.
I don't know. It was a guess.
All right. What do you got?
Okay. Adrian Gonzalez, 5 Major League
Missed.
Baseball teams.
A huge one.
Number 1, the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
The San Diego Padres.
That's the one I missed.
The Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
The Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
And the New York Mets.
Oh, I put the Yankees.
did too.
And
I
right
was
when
gonna
we
put the
started,
Mets.
right when we started, I was like Padres. How did I forget? Oh,
Yeah.
so we're tied.
So winner take all.
That was awful.
Winner take all
By
here.
both of us.
Football.
Football player.
Football.
5 teams again. Quarterback. If you've watched Hard Knocks, you may have seen him. Mark Brunell.
Oh, Jeff's gonna. He's gonna steamroll me on this. I already forgot the first team I thought of.
One of these you should know, Bernsey. 5 teams, Mark Brunell. 5 teams, Burns.
Yeah, I got you. 5 teams, and we've got 5 teams. I've got 4.
How about you give me one more
I
there,
did,
bud?
without looking.
Okay, I like
That
it.
was a no look.
I like it. Here we go.
Don't look, Jeff.
I already wrote
The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes.
Boom.
The Washington Commanders now.
Yes.
Redskins. I put because that's who he played for.
Mm-hmm.
The New Orleans Saints. No? Yes?
No.
New York Jets.
Yes.
Oh, I put the Giants.
The Panthers
The Green Bay.
We got to go extras.
and the Panthers.
That was 5, right?
I don't see the Panthers, Jeffrey.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
All right.
I tied the bear.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
I tied Rain
All
Man.
right. Do you want a football or baseball?
What do you want, Bernsey?
Baseball.
Baseball player.
No.
Here, I'm going to write it down right now.
3 teams.
Hang on.
3 teams.
Hang on.
All right. 3
Okay.
teams.
Hall of Famer
Oh, I lost.
John Smoltz.
Jeff, that was a setup for Jeff.
It's 3 teams. Johnny Smoltz.
Okay.
We
Okay,
need,
go for it. Do it.
we need a winner.
Rip the Band-Aid off, Jacob.
Hey, just tell me this. Was one of them the Blue Jays? I didn't put it down.
No.
Good.
I wish you did.
The Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
St. Louis.
Yep.
Boston.
Oh, boom! I beat him. Yes,
Did he-
here comes the
You
comeback.
just got me.
Right here.
What is it, 5-1 now?
Hey, you were down 4.
Hey, they got to start somewhere.
I got all 3.
The comeback's got to start
all
somewhere.
3.
5-1.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, but I got
Hey,
all 3.
congrats,
Come on.
dude.
With John
I love the
Smoltz.
sportsmanship. I love the Little League
Thank you.
sportsmanship.
Thank
I
you,
love
Jeffrey.
it.
Congrats.
Should we give the high five
Yeah.
through?
Congrats.
We didn't drop any heaters.
I think our listeners dropped heaters on me,
Yeah, I think
So
that
that's plenty.
yeah, we're good.
right?
Yeah.
Screw them.
Yeah.
Keep coming back, though. Jeff and Gabe and Nava. I know Nava
Bring
will
it.
listen.
Yeah, bring it.
Go follow us,
On
Jeff.
Jeff.
Yeah, go follow us at WatchYour_Lips on Twitter and Instagram, Watch Your Lips on TikTok. And if you are listening, this video is up on YouTube. Subscribe.
Go subscribe and share. Thank you.
And
Thank you, everybody.
guys, thanks for buying hats.
Yeah.
We just have a couple left, but we appreciate you guys that have bought hats.
Message Jeff Cox or the Watch Your Lips page. Get your hat. Go Dogs.
Episode 29. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Thanks for the guests. That was fun.
Watch your lips.